Welcome to Renegade TV. This is a collection of clips that I have found. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. Please like, subscribe and share this with your friends. This video is made for entertainment purposes only. Now sit back, relax and try to avoid any existential crisis.
This may be the most proof I've ever seen that the Illuminati actually exist. In this clip, Simon Liu starts talking about the Illuminati, and he turns his attention to Andrew Garfield, and notice what happens next.
Illuminati real? And if so, why haven't I been invited? Garfield, where are you? I know you know. I know you know.
Now let's look at that again.
I know you know.
But that's nothing compared to this next one. Kelly Clarkson is interviewing Kevin Hart when she starts talking about being offered major money for sketchy things. Pay attention to Kevin's response.
Dollars in my face to do something I didn't want to do. And what? Just, you've been offered, yeah. Oh, they're in the room.
It's almost like these actors know they shouldn't be talking about these things. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and follow for more creepy
What's happening in China? They have started painting their ceilings blue. As you guys probably know, the only houses didn't catch up on fire in Hawaii were the only ones that were painted blue, which were the mansions that belonged to the elites. China started doing this because they figured out that the color blue is resistant to the lasers. Even other countries like Korea, you can actually get in Google Map and see some other houses.
Happens when a hacker from Anonymous meets an FBI agent.
Your background is in the FBI?
Yes.
And did you work with Anonymous?
Yeah, I was involved for a number of years.
So what do you think is the biggest threat right now?
I think the biggest threat's the FBI, the NSA, and their counterparts in foreign governments. I mean, these are all essentially, companies, right, that try to justify their budgets in various ways, often by scaremongering. With virtual impunity, will launch exactly the same kinds of assaults that they'll lock people up for decades for.
Well, I obviously disagree with that. I don't think that the government's the worst entity in the world. I mean, there's plenty of criminals out there, and there are plenty of unscrupulous people out there who are launching attacks, real attacks that we see all the time.
You have a very interesting OkCupid story. Can you tell us this story, please?
Yeah, sure. I hacked a dating website, OkCupid, and made myself the most popular male profile in Los Angeles for a period of about 3 months. Ended up meeting my fiance that way.
Wow, that's so cool.
Going through my old VHS tapes here. What's this one? Berenstain Bears. The Berenstain Bears play ball. Well, let's see what the name is on the VHS tape. Oh, it's Berenstain Bears play ball. Berenstain Bears play ball. My mind does not deceive me. What do you think about that? Berenstain.
Of my parrot's feathers are glitching.
Eminem with the devil horns, he has it on there.
Okay.
He is satanic.
I mean, have you ever encountered...
I've seen him at parties.
Oh, no.
But you can't get to him. You can't get to him, though.
What do you mean?
So many guards. Tons of guards, bro.
Really?
We're talking about like 20.
Wow.
You just see like just a little person. He's tiny. He's tiny.
How tall is he, would you say?
Well, he's short, man. These guys are huge. He's definitely part of all that satanic rituals. I know that. There's a whole ranking system with it.
Right.
You can't just get in right away. No, you can't.
It's
There's
like
the whole thing.
It's like the Freemasons. We're going
That's
back
exactly
to that.
what it is.
Because there's the 33-degree Mason. That's the top Mason that there is.
Yeah, so he's big top rank.
Right.
He's been in it for years.
Yeah.
He's been part of the Illuminati for years.
Right. Well, that's terrifying.
I mean, because they frame them, they make them do stuff, and then they have it on camera, and they'll they'll exploit them and say, "Hey, you're either this or that."
They'll blackmail them.
They'll blackmail you.
Yeah.
I'm getting a video. There's this huge thing making re-entry right now. Huge fireball up in the sky. That's actually sick. It's just leaving a trail across the sky. That thing's coming from like several times the speed of sound into the atmosphere. It's crossing over the sky. Hold on, I need to get out and record this. Look at that thing. Oh, I gotta record on it. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Look at it. And it only took it like a few seconds to go from one end of the sky to the other. It's like fading off in the distance now. I can barely even capture it.
China has reportedly found an uninhabited island filled with dinosaurs. It's literally Jurassic Park in real life. It was a few days ago. A woman went into a nail salon. She's getting her nails done, and suddenly all the women stopped working and look at the news. She doesn't know what's going on. It's the Chinese news. She can't understand what they're saying, so she pulls out the Google translator and understands that they found dinosaurs. China has sent a next edition of 15 people to an unknown land somewhere in the world, and they found dinosaurs. So far, they've apparently found 2 new species of dinosaur, and one of them is like a killing machine. Scientists from all over the world are now very interested in this discovery and want to collaborate with the Chinese researchers to find out more. People think the Earth is much bigger than it really is. We've been lied to about how the map looks. Japan, for example, recently counted these islands and discovered a total of 7,000 new ones. This dinosaur discovery raises many questions about what we know about planet and the accuracy of our current maps, but that's not all.
News: dengue fever has finally hit the shores of Florida. I'm Dr. Hassan, board certified trauma anesthesiologist. For those who aren't paying attention, dengue fever, also known as fever, has now hit the shores of Florida. Officials in Florida are now trying to spread the word that dengue fever, also known as fever, because the pain from the fever from the mosquito bite itself is as bad as if you broke your bone. That cases have now started, and there's over 20 cases in Florida already. More than 200 suspected in Florida. The reason I bring this up is because dengue fever is very, very, very painful. It feels as if your muscles and your bones are from the inside. It is a that comes from a mosquito that's found mainly in South America, Africa, Asia, those kind of places, Mexico. Now it has made its way over the border and into Florida.
You know that there's a US patent for mind control? The video that I'm about to show you guys is going to tell you all about it. I originally didn't believe them until I looked it up myself and found the same information. Check this out. So the dude said it was patent 6506148. I looked it up on Google. Look what came up. United States patent. I was like, no way. Had to put my glasses on for this one. The invention relates to the stimulation of the human nervous system by electromagnetic field applied externally to the body. The electric field was arranged to provide a direct electrical driving of the brain.
You are a slave. When you are born, you get a birth certificate. When a ship pulls up to its bay on water, it's called the birth canal. When they pull up, they get a certificate of manifest certifying all the products on the ship that bring into the country. When you are born in water, through the birth canal, you get a birth certificate, which is your certificate of manifest. This is because you are a product, and this represents your cooperation. This is why when you die, you're called a corpse. So when you get a letter and your name is in full capital letters, that is not you. That is the cooperation that you represent, and that is tied to you your whole life. When we were born into a copyrighted timeline, which is 2023, created by Pope Gregory in the 1500s, which he copyrighted. Therefore, on paper, we are born into a copyrighted timeline and he owns our bodies, which is our corporations. You're a biological battery. This is why you get charged in a court, and when you get charged in a court, you go sit in a cell, a battery cell. This is why cities look like motherboards, because we literally are electricity. We are bought and sold on the New York Stock Exchange, and that's what your birth certificate number is. This is us at the very bottom, the debt slaves. Above us you have the entertainment industries, government, education. All of this is to keep us down here. There's so much more that goes in.
Alexa, what happened 5 days ago between the United States Marine Corps and FEMA in Maui?
From DanicBigyaloy.com. As reported Saturday, Marines caught FEMA operatives piling corpses into a mass gravesite at the Maui Forest Reserve.
We're renting this house in Poipu, Kauai, and can someone tell me why the bushes are screaming? If anybody knows, that would be really helpful, because this is like the third day.
I've noticed this on the show Married with Children.
Excuse me, aren't you Bruce Jenner?
And now please welcome Mr. Bruce Jenner.
When they go out to dinner, it's all of them. The mom, the kids, and their grandma, Bruce Jenner. You know, it's whack as
I can't believe that came out of Bruce Jenner's vagina.
Bruce Jenner is a man.
No, Brian. That's what the press would have you believe, but he's not. Bruce Jenner is a woman.
Excuse me, aren't you Bruce Jenner?
I get it, you're chosen, I get it. Oh, yeah. And I like you guys as avatars, they're dope.
Thank you, dude.
Hey, the audience doesn't even get what we're talking about right now.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, your avatars are dope.
Yeah.
Is this the first one?
What do you mean first one? I knew your vibe was like that. First one where? What is he talking about?
Is this your first avatar?
He's talking about did you live a different life? I mean, bro, I didn't have all these tattoos all the time.
Are you cloned?
Not cloned, no.
Are you sure?
Am I trying to ask him if he lived a different life?
Yeah. Is he cloned?
I think I lived this life a few times. This time is my life.
Are they cloning you?
No.
You swear you don't have a handler?
No. It's all us. This is I'm a human being. Self-made.
By the way, can we get in trouble? I'm new to the industry. I was scared today because I exposed a lot. Can we get in trouble for talking about this? Because nobody knows what we're talking about.
I mean, they're going to target you a little bit.
Are they?
Yeah, we're being targeted right now. Right now as we speak.
No, I know. No, but Andrew Tate reached out to me.
They're trying to take me down in every different type of way.
Andrew Tate reached out to me.
Yeah, but because...
Hold on, Jamie Foxx gets hospitalized in April. 3 months later, we finally hear from him. And this is what he looks like now, but the timing is ironic because it was right when he started to expose P. Diddy's party. And if you haven't heard about that, go check out my 3-part series real quick. How about the movie he just released called They Cloned Tyrone? I mean, what is that timing? But Kanye did the same thing. He started to expose the music industry, disappears for a couple months, comes back, and then looks like this. And I know Jamie Foxx was in critical condition, so I don't want to jump down the rabbit hole and make assumptions because this is someone's life we're talking about here. But the timing is just wild. Comment down below what you guys think.
Oh my
All of a sudden, all these military trucks and police cars showed up at the hospital. They come in armed, and they got a bag. They got a thing in a black body bag. And he was like, what the hell's going on here? They're like, you're going to be taking some x-rays. And he's like, okay. And they had him inside, and they had armed guards on the outside, armed guards on the inside, military trucks running. Nobody comes, nobody goes. And he said, first time in in the history of my career, I took the x-rays and I couldn't even verify that they were good because they took them immediately. And then they said this event never happened. He said the stench in the hotel, in the hospital was overwhelming. And he goes through the different x-rays that he took, the abdomen, the head, the arms, the legs, the thorax, and it was incredible. In fact, Ubarajada Rodriguez, if you're listening to this, he's one of the leading researchers. He's gone quiet.
Las Vegas is wild.
In the world did I just find for after the Maui fires? This was updated August 12th, 2023, and I just found a location that has a triangle. And also, when you zoom in on this, what's this look like right here? So when you pan out, it suggests that it's to put something into there. You also have another small triangle that's inside. So here it is, panned out. And what I can do is I can go back in time with previous maps, and you can see what it looked like. Right here, you can see that the mound was starting to be formed in the triangle. This is back of January 2022, by the way. Now I go back a little bit more, and you see that now the mound is gone and that triangle really isn't there because the triangle comes through here. And then if you go back another day, well, it just disappears entirely. So what do you think that is for something just appearing at the start of January of 2022? Again, there it is. You see the triangle inside, and you can tell me what you think that looks like.
I have a car from 1921 running without a plug. Now look at this old car. And it was pulling energy out of, they just said out of the environment. They couldn't quantify what, but they had the correct frequency, and this had a battery and some wiring, and it was running around without being plugged in. Memo to Tesla Motors, go and research this, get rid of your plugins. And this is one of my favorite, 1902. A farmer and engineer named Stubblefield with Tesla, he had something they called the Earth battery, or the Stubblefield battery, and it had rods going into the earth and some wiring, and it was picking up this magnetic flux field of the planet, and he was running his farm, and Tesla was there with him. 1902. So when I say 100 years, lost century, no.
I do not wish to talk about it myself, but I've been a victim of quite a bit of suppression. So has any other legitimate researcher in this area.
Page 55 from the committee's interview with FBI employee Roy Demlo, you just spoke about, which took place on July 17, 2023. In that line, she says, the question was asked, okay, if someone were to leave here today
Indulge me, I'd like to read 2 pages from advice from the extraterrestrials. Yes, it's true that we have been in contact with your government and heads of power. It is also true that we've been It is also true that agreements have been made and kept secret from your people. It is also true that in the past some of your people have lost their lives or have been badly hurt to protect the secret. Our hands had no part in this. We contacted your leaders because your planet is in grave trouble. Your leaders said the vast majority of your population wasn't ready for anything like us yet. So we made time agreements with your leaders as to when your people would be made aware of our presence. Your air, your water are contaminated. Your forests, jungles, trees, and plant life are dying. There are several breaks in your food chain. You have an overwhelming amount of nuclear and biological weapons, which include nuclear and biological contamination. Your planet is overpopulated. Warning, it is almost to the point of being too late, unless your people act. There are better ways of deriving energy and food needs without causing your planet any damage. Those in power are aware of this and have the capability of putting these methods into worldwide use. Those in power view it as a military and security threat. That upset me. You mean to tell me that the people in power have the ability to save and better the planet, and they aren't doing it? Amnesty. What do you mean? Complete amnesty to those in power. Governments and leaders who have been suppressing the truth, that they can't be held liable for any past wrong deeds. It is the only way these leaders can come forward with the truth. It is necessary that you do this in order to work together.
Your job sends you to a no-name town. Almost no people around.
Pinche pueblo está bien cura, ¿no?
The shops are running but never open. Always cloudy. North's right through gate.
It's just happened. The board stopped, but I kept going. I'm stuck here. By some force of nature.
So we're in a storm right now, and this car literally just drove up this. I don't even know what happened. I think
This guy is a wizard.
Yeah, you do it.
Military tech is getting scary.
There's a sort of a bubble, an envelope in space-time that this object is moving in. If you look at the radar tracings of these things, these objects can be moving at 200,000 miles an hour, make a right-hand turn. Like one of the radar things we have from Belgium, I got from the Belgian Air Force, was an object that was at, slightly above AGL, a few feet above ground level. And it went from there to boom, like 100,000 feet, and one radar swoop. And there are occupants on these. Now, you know, I mean, any pilot knows if you hit the G-forces of that, your brains would... There's no way it'd be... But because it's correcting for 1G, there's no limit to what it can do. So
they don't feel the G.
They don't feel it and go straight up. Well, it's science, but it's really...
That would be us.
It's us. It's U.S. Well, let's call it global. It's part of this secret government.
And be programmed for different wavelengths. There was something blue they didn't want to burn.
Blue car did not burn in flames. Same as the blue umbrella.
Operation Blue Roof and the FEMA Self-Help Program, while similar, use two different materials. Both programs help reduce further rain damage to homes and provide temporary protection for the roofs of residential structures damaged during severe weather. The sheeting for Operation Blue Roof are installed by a contractor overseen by the Corps of Engineers according to certain specifications. The material is a rolled polyurethane sheeting with fiber reinforcement. It's 10 millimeters thick and measures 20 feet by 100 feet. It's used for major impacts to roofs. The sheeting is 100% waterproof. It is also tear-resistant, UV-resistant, and fire retardant.
Centimeter parasite worm has been discovered inside a woman's brain after she accidentally ate the worm's eggs. She grew forgetful and became depressed and was admitted to hospital.
I thought, gosh, that feels funny. You couldn't see anything more abnormal. And then I was able to really feel something separate. I took my tweezers, pulled it out, and I thought, gosh, what is that?
So anybody want to tell me what the hell I'm looking at? Petrified being right here. Some type of animal. I don't know what it is, but it's something. Now these people see this shit and they know they came across something that's not normal. Some petrified type beings. Cause that ain't just rock. I don't give a damn what you say. That looking like a petrified old lady. That's what it looking like. This looking like a snake. Yep, a petrified snake. It's a lot of these all around the world. He done put his damn hand in the mouth. Weirdo. But I'm glad you did and got this picture, because now I can see this petrified being. Thanks, pal. Thank you, buddy. Not quite sure what this is, but it was something. I'm sure.
Now, flooding and a powerful storm yesterday is being blamed for at least one fatality at this hour. The floodwaters on this Greek island poured through narrow streets, some people jumping into the water to save their belongings. And in one coastal city, the flooding swept away cars and left others mangled along the roadside. Greece's prime minister called all this an extreme weather phenomenon.
Japan's Prime Minister eats fish from treated radioactive waters. Yes, just like in The Simpsons. Japan's Prime Minister, Fumio Kishida, has been filmed eating fish sashimi from Fukushima to try to show that it's safe. Kishida and his cabinet ministers ate a selection of flounder, octopus and sea bass for lunch. The fish was caught off the Fukushima coast after treated radioactive wastewater had been released into the Pacific Ocean. And yes, it's quite similar to this scene from a 1990 episode of The Simpsons.
Oh, right, fish.
Where Mr. Burns eats Blinky, a three-eyed fish. The wastewater has built up since a 2011 earthquake and tsunami triggered one of the world's worst nuclear disasters at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. Japan insists the treated water is safe, and so far the UN's nuclear watchdog has backed them. But China immediately banned imports of Japanese fish after the water was released.
Walking through the city, right? And look at this. Big building up there. Big building down here. And what happened, Mr. Drifter? Lost it? Huh? What happened?
Everybody knows something's up. Everybody knows. That is not normal. Everyone is looking up, wondering why the sky is split. Look. Sky is broken. And everybody knows something's fishy, don't you? It's fishy, ain't it?
You know, that's the first time I ever seen this.
That's right. It's fishy.
Escucha las palabras de las brujas, los secretos escondidos en la noche. Los antiguos dioses invocamos ahora la obra de la...
The volcano or bro, there was a giant like fire that like burnt down the whole countryside. They said what happened was there was a hurricane that came in, and then there was a forest fire that started. It became like a firestorm. I feel like the wind would help put out the fire. That's what I'm thinking in my head, right? But now peep this. I heard that Maui has the world's biggest like alarm system for like that. None of them went off. Oh, sus. None of them went off. There was a picture going around of a literal laser beam that's shooting at the ground, but they debunked it and said it was like a rocket ship that went up. But also what they're saying is that we have evolved into a different type of warfare that we are not really accustomed to. Think about it, the derailing in Ohio with that chemical thing, all the food plants that have been blown up in Texas, they just random factories just been exploding for no reason. I feel like it's all connected in some way, bro. I don't know if you heard about it. China is, within like 6 years, they're going to be unsustainable for the population. Too many people. That's why they're going to force a war somehow. Because war creates economy. And we're also in a recession. Every time we have a recession, we go to war. Early 2000s. Iraq. Don't you know,
If you made it to the end of this video, I want to say thank you. I would love to hear your thoughts on these clips. Please like and subscribe. And share this with your friends. Until next time, goodbye.